Joe, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good, mate. How are you doing?
Good, yeah, bro. But you're not by my side today, this week.
I know, but I will be next week.
Yeah.
And then we can go for some babes potentially after as well.
Yeah, we had a good session last week. It's
We
decent.
did, mate. It was so good.
Did you get home all right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I had. Do you remember Nathaniel was talking about those curries?
Yeah, he was proper speaking it up.
Bro, I got one and it was so good.
Did
Oh
you?
my God. Yeah,
Good.
yeah. It was funny, but it was beautiful.
Nice. You know what happened to me? I came up to the office upstairs. So like after you went, I came up to the office just to like, I don't know, I just came up here and then I went into the studio and then I ordered myself like some Thai food. So I just got like pad Thai, I got like some chicken wings and then I munched that. Oh, it's so good. And then I fell asleep at my desk. I fell asleep from, obviously, I think we came up at 11 and I woke up at like 2 a.m. like, whoa, what the hell? And then I just got up and went. It's horrible.
Mate, was it one of them ones where you slept like on the table?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Oh,
and it's just like,
mate, no,
where
not
am
good.
I? Sort of thing. But anyway, that was good fun anyway. It's decent Friday. But man, this week's been pretty crazy in the markets, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, man, there's so many talking points, obviously really centered, I guess, around GBP and Euro. Huge moves.
Yeah.
Look, let's just start off with the start of the week, really. And as soon as the week commenced, that the markets were open and in motion, we started seeing GBP hammered because of these reports on that sort of Sunday that Boris Johnson was, looking at this legislation, to bypass some of the treaty, right, and setting this tight deadline. Sort of more details on that? You want to spill?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, you're 100% right. So basically on Sunday, there were these reports that the government was thinking about this legislation that you just said, and the legislation, and then Cable obviously didn't like those reports, so it started off a little bit, but then it was only on Wednesday when the UK government formally proposed this legislation, that when the sell-off really got going. And basically this legislation, like you say, it's to do with pretty much, it's called the Internal Markets Bill, and it's all about maintaining seamless trade within the UK. What UK signed with the EU last October in the withdrawal agreement. So basically there are some concerns that this is going to basically scupper talks with the EU, and we're going to, as a result, have a deal Brexit at the end of the year.
Yeah,
that's why GBP hates.
Exactly. We've, as you say, potentially derail the talks. We're heading for that hard Brexit. Yeah, I said it last week, Joe, and I'll continue to say it. Man, how angry I got just speaking about Boris Johnson and his tactics and obviously calling him the buffoon that he is. Dude, these guys aren't serious, man. I don't know. I don't want to get angry because earlier in the week, when was it, Dan? Was it Wednesday? I had a bit of an episode. Yesterday. Oh, no. Yeah, yesterday. I was just getting annoyed. And everything just sort of piled up on me, and I think one of the key reasons for that was Boris Johnson. I just, as you started getting pains in my chest, and I got really lightheaded, and I thought I was just going to collapse. But I you know what? Dan, I'm blaming it on Boris Johnson.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough. Just getting angry at this guy. Dude.
Yeah, dude. To be honest, I don't really, because even half of the Conservatives, I don't think really know what they're trying to do with this.
No,
but I think. Are they trying to just get leverage over the EU to back them into making more concessions or something? I don't really know what this is all about, because by the sounds of it, it just threatens talks, like full stop, more than anything.
It's very, whatever they're doing, if it's a tactic, it's very dangerous, man. It's very dangerous, and it's irresponsible. That's the word. They're irresponsible. Yeah. These guys, as I said before, they're all right up there getting all their expenses paid for this, that, and the other. And I was speaking to Dan the other morning when we were driving to the studio. I was like, what annoys me is Boris Johnson, about 2 weeks ago, he was just, man, I don't even want to get angry, but he was in Scotland in this little getaway, where no one knew where he was, and eventually reporters found him on the coast. The country is in a crisis, you mother beep. Sort out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Whilst he's eating from a silver spoon, I know it's always that. It's always like that with these politicians.
Yeah.
Not always like that, but it's often
They're
like
just
that,
yeah, that's what I mean. They're in their own sick bubble. They're sickos.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's just quickly, Joel, can you hear me, yeah? Can you see my screen? Oh, it's cutting out a bit. 1 minute. Joe, I got you back. Can you see my screen, buddy?
Hey, I got you back.
Good. Could you see my screen there?
Actually, I can see a bit of your screen. Yeah.
Right,
I can see my face on the screen.
Can you see the screen now?
Yeah, that's
Perfect.
good.
Okay.
I don't know how you doing that.
So, yeah, I'm just sharing my screen. So, obviously, look, let's go to Sunday. What date was Sunday? Sunday was the, what day was it? Oh, my goodness.
No?
No, it's a 6th.
Oh, no.
You've lost it. Mate, don't worry.
Mate, yeah.
No, do you know what? I'll cut you some slack on that because I'm a bit confused as well. All right, the 6th, okay? So, you see, as soon as, like, the market opened, this is, like, from the 6th. Here we go. All right, here. There. All right, GP starts selling off at the start of the week. You see all this. Look at all that. And you see, we've dropped, let's just have a look in terms of pips here. We've dropped right up to now 450 pips, dude.
Oh,
that's
a lot.
That is a lot. Oh, do you know what? Where like this just been falling, I've just sort of been oblivious to the number. Man, 450 pips. That's huge.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and like just things are just not looking good at the moment. Wow, look at that, dude. Look like a sort of a double top there. 1 and 2.
And that happened in the week as well.
Yeah.
In the last week.
Yeah. That's a week. Look, that's the weekly candlestick.
Crazy.
It's insane, man. But it looks like, you know, the markets, let me just bring you back to you really. Look at this lower acting trend line. You see like the next major area of support down here. We could be heading towards like 123, 122 there for GU. But yeah,
100% could be.
Could be. Yeah, and I think like just before we move on to the next topic, I think, you know, markets are now starting to price the worst. Remember, Joel, we were saying this for weeks, you know, if people check back to other podcasts, we were like, you know, the market's just disregarding Brexit at the moment, but it will come to surface again. And boy, has it come. 450 pips.
I know. And it's going to continue the next couple of weeks because the EU have issued like this ultimatum to remove this internal markets bill by the end of the month, basically. So we've kind of got a deadline now. If the UK government don't get rid of the bill, then we're probably going to see more selling. And
Agreed.
Yeah, it's not looking good for GBP.
No, not at all, buddy. Not at all. All right, so let's let GBP behind. Let's go on to Euro. Man, was that some volatility?
Yeah.
And was there some fishy stuff around that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Fishy, right?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and the way that ECB strategy is just a shambles from the ECB, really, isn't it?
It was, dude. It was. Why? Like, the weird thing was, like, Lagarde was speaking, yeah, and then those ECB sources get released about the ECB's not panicking about the rate.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's a bit suspect, though?
So weird. Yeah, I do, to be honest. I feel as though there's something going on in the EB, like there's some trouble. Maybe they're divided and they're bickering, or maybe Lagarde has annoyed somebody. So then they went behind her back to kind of like disrespect her and release those sources potentially.
Yeah, because they happened, remember, on the Wednesday as well. Euro bounced on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Saying that they're you know, about their targets and stuff, and like they're not needing as much stimulus. You know, it wasn't dovish at all, was it? You know?
No. I mean, yeah, like I said, those sources going into the meeting weren't dovish. And then Lagarde and the meeting itself wasn't as dovish as expected. It was very much like, oh, we think the economy's doing all right. And we're not worried about Euro. So, yeah.
For now. But I think...
For now. 100%.
Yeah, for now. Euro obviously had that rally. We rallied. I'm just going to bring up the chart, show you something. Obviously, Euro had a nice rally. Let's bring it up. Had a nice pop to the upside, up to 114. 119 up here. And then we just caught some rejection just around that psychological 119 area. You see, like, where I marked this little purple zone here, where I've got highlighted. I pointed it out to the members. I was like, look, if we're going to find rejection, it's going to be here. And boy, did we catch him. And I actually caught a really, really nice trade there. I'm doing a YouTube video on it. But yeah, it's really nice. It's sniped. And then I got out last night down at sort of 118.20. So I enjoyed a nice, like, 80 pips or so on that, which was really, really, really nice. Yeah. So, but anyway, I don't know. You know, like, look, I know you're saying they weren't as dovish. They weren't. No, they weren't. But let me say something. At the end of the day, they're still continuing QE, all this stimulus, through to at least June 2021, and they stand ready to do more if needed. Like, you know, at the end of the day, inflation, let's not be oblivious to reality like they are, because inflation's negative, man. Yeah. Inflation's negative. Like they said, it is due to energy prices, whatever. We'll see next month. But let's not be oblivious to reality. If things remain low, like inflation, then they're going to have to do something, and they will be on more, it's where I'm heading towards my point, more equilibrium with the Federal Reserve. Like, I know the Federal Reserve are on next level right now, but, you know, bring them closer to still doing a lot more QE for the foreseeable, you know?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. That's a really good point, actually. It's almost like some of the stuff they were saying yesterday, like when they upgraded their inflation forecast and the way Lagarde was talking about the economy. And then, yeah, like you say, ECB are ready to act. So we could see some more QE or something.
Yeah, perhaps so. So anyway, yeah, I mean, a lot of talking points there. What outside of GBP and Euro, anything else that stands out to you?
I mean, if you look at US equities, they're still heading lower. So still a bit of risk off in the market.
Bit mixed. One thing, let me show you, because I showed you this last week. I was going to bring up the dollar chart. It's quite significant, this dude. So basically, let me bring up the daily chart. You see how price action, I said before, we're moving within this descending channel structure, you know, printing lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. And then we broke out of this. And now you see yesterday, we managed to sort of retest that and close above it. I think that was really significant for the dollar bulls in that, you know, we can continue to recover. You know, it wants to go for, you know, you see, this will be the first back-to-back week of two greens since, look, back here, since June. May, June, yeah.
That's big, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, significant. That's a long time.
Yeah, I mean, if we still see risk off in like equity markets and stuff, then that is dollar supportive. So why not?
Exactly. Yeah. All right, dude. Well, I'm just conscious of time. I think next week it's just focus around Bank of England and also the Federal Reserve. Well, Federal Reserve first, then the Bank of England. Yeah. With the Fed, I guess, they're already really dovish. I think, if anything, there's probably room for the markets to be like, okay, unless you say anything new, we know you're dovish, so buy dollars, in my view. Are we expecting any surprises, you know?
Not really. We're just looking for more details on, you know, about their actual average inflation target program. Like, that's it. Just more details.
Yep. Bank of England, anything, do you reckon? Not yet? Still sitting on their hands?
Still sitting on their hands whilst they do this review, which, when we get this review, it'll be interesting, because then that will be negative rates, yes or no. But yeah, still potentially sitting on their hands for now.
I think they're going to have to make it really. I think it could be a dovish tone, though, in terms of them now presenting this Brexit risk, right? The risk is there hugely. Joe? Did you hear me?
Ken, I got you back. Oh. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so I was saying about they're going to have to highlight the risks of Brexit, so they could be very dovish on this one, tone-wise.
Yeah, true. Because, like you say, in the last week, the risks have grown significantly. So that's true. It does introduce another dynamic for them.
Yeah, exactly. All right, dude. Well, yeah. At least we've got another sexy week next week. Other than that, dude, have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you next week. And let's stay lit, baby. Let's
you as well, mate.